Oh my God, it worked. It actually worked. You have no idea. I've been working on this since like 9 o'clock this morning, and it's finally working. So good morning, everybody from Texas. I'm actually in my family room right now. I tried to set this thing up in my office and it just wouldn't connect, driving me nuts. Let's see here. You need some Winds starter. Yeah, I do need that, Richard. I do need that. I need something to make this thing work. But I did get some new software last night called StreamYard, and I'm going to start using that with you guys probably this week when I go live. And if it's good, I'm going to recommend it to you, but I don't want to recommend it to you until I make sure it's good. What I've been using is OBS, which is a free software, and I guess you get what you pay for, but it just doesn't work that well. So welcome everybody. I want to hear your comments. I want to see what you've got to say. I'm in my family room. You can see my kitchen behind me there. My wife is walking around behind me. She wants to be on set, I guess. I don't know, but she's walking by. She's got to live her life, and I'm in the middle of her family room, so that's not good. So put your questions, put your comments, put your suggestions in that chat box if you would. I'm going to give you 7 things today that I swear to you can make you rich slowly online, but you got to follow all 7. And you know, I hear so much just BS, and I know people make money telling people the wrong things, but man, I would feel so guilty doing that, telling you stuff that doesn't work. And I see it time and time and time again. It just drives me batty. So in this training, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 7 things you must do to make money online, how you can grow it fast and consistently and not worry about an income again. So I want to cut through all the BS that you were told, all the stuff that doesn't work, just give you this stuff that does work. There is no magic bullet, I will tell you that. There's no course, there's no software that's going to do these steps for you. You have to do these steps. Sure, softwares and courses help. I have courses. They will train you on stuff, but you still have to work. You've got to do this. You've got to grind. You have to put in the work. You know, one guy I highly recommend you listening to is David Goggins. David Goggins, I mean, he teaches you how to grind. He teaches you how to set your mind, how to, what he calls callous your mind. And if you apply his philosophy to every single part of your life, I can promise you, you are going to get results. Now, when I say every single part of your life, I'm talking about exercise, work ethic, your family, your relationships, everything. So the fact is, if you do these things, they're going to work. And I want to jump right into them, and I don't want to keep talking about these things because you're here to hear these things. Okay, so here's the deal. You got to be ready to work. You don't want to hear this, but that's number 1, okay? Without number 1, none of these other things are going to work, okay? But here's the cool thing. It is simple to do the things I'm going to show you. It's very simple to do the things I'm going to show you, but it is difficult because they are painful. Some of these things are painful. Richard Brown says, good morning, great picture. Yeah, I don't know, the lighting's not great. You know, I'm in my family room here. I could turn on maybe another light. I could probably do that. Build a firm foundation. Definitely build a firm foundation. Let's see. Cameron's in there. What's going on, Cameron? Haven't seen you in a while. Let me turn on, guys, this other light I've got. So I'm going to walk over here. I've got so many lights in this house. This is our new home. And yeah, that's it. That's a little bit brighter. Maybe you guys can see me a little bit better. I'm working on the kitchen today, so you can kind of see, let's see here, let me get to my other screen. Yeah. So you can kind of see the kitchen, just got those bar stools put together there. See all those handles on all those cabinets? I had to put all of those on. Oh my God. You have no idea how difficult it is. Matter of fact, I want to show you something. If you talk about hard work, I'm going to kind of walk you around here. I had to get this contraption here, which is the most intricate thing. This thing here, this lines up your handles with your cabinets here. I had to get this thing. This is a $200 tool. Here's the other parts that go with it right here. This is a $200 tool to put handles on your cabinets. Now, I tried to do it without that tool, and no, I mean, I didn't want to drill a hole. I couldn't get it straight. It just wouldn't work out. So I had to buy that tool. So anytime you want to put handles on cabinets, and we have more that are down here, you can see this is our butler's pantry here. I really haven't walked you guys around. Maybe I should do that just for a second here. Then let's go to number 2 real quick. Let me see what number 2 is. I got it listed here. I listed all my stuff out. Number 2, Oh my gosh, some of you aren't going to want to do this, but you got to become a marketer and a salesperson, okay? Now don't use excuses like, oh, I could never be a salesperson, I can't lie to people and all. You don't have to lie to people. Selling is not lying, okay? Selling is selling, okay? Now, are there some people that lie to sell? Most certainly, but you don't have to do that, okay? You don't need to do that. Let me walk you around here a little bit more. This is our, what they call a rotunda. It's like a round area right here. And it's got, let me turn these lights on, maybe you can see it better. There we go. So this is the rotunda right here. You can see this goes up about 15 feet. Oh, lost my camera there. Hang on one second, guys. You can't tip your computer like that because the camera will fall off. Okay, so this goes up about 15 feet. And it's got these nice cutouts right here. You can see as I'm walking around, all these things in here. And then this hallway down here behind me, that leads into our garage and 3 other bedrooms? No, 2 other bedrooms are down that way. And then this is our dining room right here. You can see the light. And there's Jessica working. You want to see Jessica working? There's Jessica working. Hey, Jessica, wave, say hi. There she is working in her office. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do now, guys, is I'm going to try to go back to my office. I've done some sound changes in there. I've put up these panels, and I'll show them to you real quick so you can see them. And hopefully these sound panels are going to work. Let me give you the entrance to the office here. We've got these French doors coming in here. And yeah, so there you go. So I've got these big old, looks like blanket things, right? But these here surround my desk. Let me show you here. These things surround the desk. And they're supposedly going to give me some good sound. So let's see what the sound sounds like. Let me get over here. And yes, be a marketer. That's number 2. That was what I was talking about, is being a marketer. Now I've got my office set up with the right lighting and everything. So we're now in my office. Now that I'm live, okay. Now that I'm live, we're back at that desk that you know and love with my bell. And don't forget to subscribe. Ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live. Super important that you do that, guys. So that is number 2. You've got to learn marketing. See, if you learn marketing, let me get a sip here. If you learn marketing, you can sell anything. You can sell anything. I mean, that's the key. The key is not really trying to find a product to sell online. That is not the key. Everybody's like, oh, I got to find this great product. You don't have to find a great product. I mean, great products are nice, but if you don't know how to sell a great product, you're not going to do well. You need to learn how to market. In a lot of my courses, I teach you how to do that. I have videos on my channel that teaches you how to do that. I'm going to try to put my computer up here. There we go. So we have a little bit better angle. Is that better? Now we're back to the office here. And the echo is not quite as bad with these, I guess, the packing blankets, whatever they are that I've got surrounding me. But I have a carpet coming from in here, and that's going to absorb some more of the sound. So I think that'll be pretty cool. Let me get over here. I want to see some of y'all's comments. Your comments, there we go. We got comments streaming in. Let me see what they say. And guys, I got to move this computer to read your comments because the angle is just too far away. Let's see. Build a firm foundation. I love that. Richard Brown says, lovely house and great to see after the tour you moved in. Yeah. The echo, so fine. No echo, so fine. Oh, good. So the echo's not as bad as it was. So these things, these sound blankets I'm using or whatever, I guess are better off, than the way I had it before. I'm actually holding my computer now because I want to be able to see your comments. So maybe I'll set it here. That way I can see the comments. You can still see me. And we can talk. I've got this cool microphone here. Look at this cool microphone, right? It's just not plugged in. Okay, it's more for looks. Actually, the microphone on here seems to work better for me than that microphone does. And you really can't see the backyard. It's kind of washed out, but we got a great backyard here. So let me get on to number 3 here before I talk too much. Build an audience. Build an audience. You don't go through and do anything online without building an audience. If you don't have an audience, you can't sell anything. Now, you may say, well, I can just run ads and do that. Nothing works better than your own audience. And I resisted this in the beginning. I was like, I don't need a mailing list. Why do I need a mailing list? Man, you need a mailing list. Now, I have quite a large mailing list now, thousands and thousands of people. And that's great because I can email my list when I have something of value and I can say, hey, this is for sale. Why don't you buy it? And that's basically what I say, whether it's my survival food list, whether it's my J.R. Fisher list. I know for a fact, literally right now, I could send an email right now and I would have cash within 30 minutes. 30 minutes. That's pretty cool because I built a list. Now you're going to do this with content and being honest with your list. I know that some people are dishonest with their list. They're going to promise them something. Maybe they promise them a course and they're going to say, if you buy my $997 course, I can promise you're going to make $100,000 this year. Now that's such BS, but you will sell some courses by making big claims like that, because if you make big claims like that, people are going to go, wow, all I got to do is pay $997 and I'll make $100,000 this year. The problem is it's not true. Now you say, well, if it's a good enough course, JR, no, even if it's the best course in the world, you cannot promise people that because you don't know if they're even going to look at your course. You don't know if they're going to follow the instructions in the course. You don't know what their work ethic is. You know nothing about these people. You can't promise anybody anything. So I don't promise anybody anything. I do tell you this, I can promise you if you put into action what I'm giving you today, it will make you money. I can promise you that, but you got to put it into action. If you just listen to me and you do nothing, guess what? You're still going to have nothing. That's how it works. Honesty with your audience is so important. You could use pop-ups. You can use like downloads, that type of thing to build your audience. We have some downloads on my site that people can get that stuff from. And number four is really important now too. Develop niches within niches. Okay, so the hot niches are always these niches. It's wealth, it's health, it's relationships, and it's making money. Now, are there more niches? Of course there are, but those are the top ones. Okay, those have always been the top ones. Those four right there have always been the top ones. Now you can break down. Let's take health. Okay. You could say a sub niche could be women who have had a baby and want to get back in shape. Okay, that is a real sub niche. Okay, and that's great because when you go to advertise to those people, like a male my age, middle-aged male, I don't know, middle-aged, I guess I'm old age now, but a male my age is never going to click on that ad. And understand when you run ads, you get charged based on clicks, okay? And for most cases, most ads. So if I were to run an ad and it said how you can lose 30 pounds in 30 days, well, that could apply to a woman who just had a baby, right? Who wants to lose weight. It could apply to an elderly man. It could apply to a teenager. And all those people may click, but the problem is most of them aren't going to buy because it's not niche enough. They're going to go, oh yeah, that's the same thing. I've heard that over and over again. It doesn't call out anything, okay? It's super important that you have a really targeted, particular niche, okay? So next thing I'm going to talk about is number 5. And number 5 is to build and protect your brands. Now, people don't think this long term. They think, well, it doesn't really matter. I'm just starting out. I'm getting going. No, it really matters. It really does matter because you've got to build and protect your brands. If you don't build a brand, if people don't know you for something. Now, I'd like to be known, and I don't know if I am or not, but I'd like to be known for somebody who can teach you how to make money online, but be honest with you and tell you it's hard work, but you can definitely do it, and I can show you how to do it. That's what I want to be known as. I don't want to be known as the guy who says, I'm the guru and I've got the one thing you need to make money. Because I don't. I've got a lot of things to help you make money, but realistically, you still have to work, and that's my brand. I have Survivalcave Food. Survivalcave Food has done tremendous in the past, I guess, year and a half, 2 years because of COVID. And it actually woke up a lot of people to the fact that you need food storage. And I'm telling you, you're going to see some shortages again. We're already experiencing them. And I want to let you guys know about that. So, if you don't have some type of food shortage, get it. I own Survivalcave Food. Let me put that in here real quick. And you can Google this. You can buy it from other sites. A lot of people sell it. I have thousands of retailers. But check out Survivalcave Food. We have the best, finest canned meats in the world. I'm not trying to sell it to you right now, but you should know about it because you should have food, and I want to help you out. But our tagline for Survivalcave Food is helping families prepare. That's it. That's what we do. We help families prepare. Let's see here. Tyann, what's going on? Good to see you. We'll be ready to launch late August, working on setting my stuff up. Then I can promote some products. And share a sale. Good. Share a sale is good. This weekend I am working with a branding expert as well. Okay, well, good. I'm glad you're heading in the right direction there. Don't spend too much money with experts, right? Become an expert yourself. I rarely spend money with experts. We are rebranding, as a matter of fact. Jessica's training. Jessica does dog training, but hers is very specific. Okay, it's very, very specific. And we're talking about number 5 now, building your brand and protecting your brands. But how can you do better than your competitors? How do you differ from your competitors? What is different about you? Because if you're just saying, it's an improved version of whatever, people are going to go, yeah, try that. It doesn't work. Okay. So what makes your product or service better than everybody else? Think of a new product or new way of doing something. So she is starting a podcast, and we wanted to rebrand. And basically what she does is she teaches people she trains people. Okay. She doesn't train dogs. Because if you train the people, the dog will react accordingly. The dog is already reacting to what you're doing now. You're probably just doing the wrong things now. So the name of her new branding, and we came up with it just the other night, is called Pet Parent Reset. Pet Parent Reset. So she will have podcast that's Pet Parent Reset, and I would suggest in a month or so Google that, Pet Parent Reset. If you've had problems with your pets and it hasn't worked out, or your dog's not doing what you're supposed to, and you think the dog's too old or too young or too stupid or too smart or whatever you think, it's not them, it's you. Okay, and she will show you that in her training. So that's number 5. Okay, guys, build and protect your brands. Number 6. Oh my God, this is a big one. Learn about finances. Okay, don't spend money when you have money. Yeah, I just said that. Don't spend money when you have money. And what I mean by that is if you get like a big influx of money, and I've seen this happen to a lot of digital marketers, they get a ton of money coming in. They're like, oh my God, I'm making $30,000 a month. I can start living like I'm making $30,000 a month. Hey, the next month you may make $5,000. Okay. Working online is very cyclical. I've had months where it would blow your mind. I've had days where I do over 6 figures. But I don't do over 6 figures every day. I've also had days where I only do $3,000 or $4,000 too. Okay, so it is so cyclical that you have to prepare for that. And the only way to prepare for that is not spend all your money. Don't spend all your money. There's a great guy that talks about finances called Dave Ramsey that you want to listen to him, maybe Google him. But he tells you to start off in baby steps to get $1,000 together, okay? To pay off all your bills, to pay off your small credit cards first. And I know because I've listened to all of his stuff. Matter of fact, I even bought his program about probably about 18, 20 years ago now. But it was really good. And he says you need to have 3 months worth of income. Now, if you have a job and you work for somebody, I would say that's pretty good advice. If you work online, I would say you need 1 year's worth of income. Yeah, 1 year's worth of income. I've had periods where 3 or 4 months it was slow. Okay. Now at this point we're doing pretty good, and I know I can always meet my bills every month. But the point is, you want to work up to having a year's worth of income. Now this may blow some of your minds. You may say, "My God, JR, that's crazy to have a year's worth of income in the bank." Well, the reason you probably think that that's crazy is because you probably had parents that didn't teach you the right things. Unless you grew up in a super wealthy family, finances are rarely taught in a household, in the average American household. Did your parents really sit down and talk to you about stocks and investing and rates of return and all that? I know my parents didn't, because they didn't know. Okay, they didn't know. So I had to learn that stuff. So you need to learn about finances. And if you say, oh my gosh, the stock market's too complicated, it's not. It's not. You'll learn about it. I invested in a bunch of stocks at the beginning of COVID, and I've always invested in stocks, but I picked airlines, and I picked Pfizer and Moderna. Go figure, right? And I've had Tesla ever since I've heard about them, and probably 2015, and I think I paid $127, and it's gone up, I don't know, thousands of percent at this point. The Tesla stock probably paid for my house. It was crazy. But the point is, you've got to learn about finances, okay? It's hard to imagine a year's worth of income in the bank because you probably weren't taught that. But that should be the norm. That should be the norm. And this is something you can do too. You were probably taught wrong. I don't know your parents, but I would bet the majority of you listening right now did not have a finance background taught to you by your parents. I would bet that didn't happen. That doesn't mean you can't learn it. That doesn't mean you can't learn these things, guys. Just because in the past somebody didn't teach you something, you can't say, well, I was never taught that, so I don't know what to do. All you got to do is learn it. Let's see, Tyann, Dave Ramsey has great tips. Yes, he does. Cameron, okay, now I understand. Good, 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 good. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Oh, I got to get my computer up here close. Liz Hades, Batata Matesha is great. Okay, so they've got a recommendation there. You may want to check that out. I hope I got my camera facing right. I think I do. So the next thing, guys, the next thing I want to talk about is really the last thing on here. But I do have a bonus for you, so don't go anywhere. I've got a big bonus for you, a big bonus that can accentuate every one of these steps. Number 7 is always improve and look for new ways to do things. Always improve and look for new ways to do things. You know, all the software that I use now, not all of it, I would say 90% of it is different from when I started in 2009. It's different because new stuff came out, new ways to do things came out, new automations came out, and I want to stay on top of that. I want everything in my life automated that I can automate, okay? And then if I can't automate it, I want to outsource it, okay? And then if it's something creative that has to do with my business, then I'll do it. It leaves me to do the creative stuff. That way I can outsource and automate and then create. Outsource, automate, and then create. Get better at what you do. And I don't mean get better and then you're better at it. I mean get better and constantly get better, okay? Network with other people. Go to events. Events are starting up again, guys. You need to go to these things. You need to join groups of like-minded people. Now, I'll tell you, when I started going to these events, it was like a ocean of information because I didn't know anything. All this information was coming at me and it was like, oh my gosh, it was so much stuff and I was learning so much stuff. But then I got to the stage where I went to some of these events and people were asking me questions. And they were saying, well, how do you do this? And I know you've done this. You've made millions of dollars doing this. And I got there and I ended up teaching people how to do stuff. So I knew at that time I needed to up my game. I needed to get around other people that were smarter than me. Not that these people were dumber than me, but they were at the stage I was when I started. So once you get in these groups and you start learning things, what you want to do next is you want to bump up your game. You want to start paying for masterminds, paying for really intense groups. And once you've made some money, obviously you got to make some money, but you want to be the person in the room that's learning, okay? And you want to give back. I'm not saying don't give back. I give back on these videos right here, but when I go to a mastermind now, I try to give back, but I want to be around people that are super smart, people who know a whole lot more than me. I love being around those people, okay? Those are the kind of people that I want to be around because I know, let me check my time here, I don't want to go over. Oh, we're doing good. We're at 10:28. I know that by doing that, I can up my game. Now, I told you I had a bonus for you. Does anybody know what the bonus is? Post in that chat section if you think you know what the bonus is. The bonus for this, I will tell you, is something that if you don't have this bonus, oh my gosh, you're not going to do well. You got to have this bonus. This bonus is so important. It looks like my light changed here. Did my light change a little bit? There we go. There we go. A little bit better there. Let me get that light. But this bonus is so important, guys. You need this bonus. If you don't do this bonus thing, and you can post in the chat if you think you know what the bonus thing is, none of these other things work. Not a single one of these other things work. And I will tell you, I would say the majority of the people in America, and I don't know about your country, majority of the people in America do not do this bonus thing. Let's see. Yes, I've been dealing with information overload. Yes. Now is time to act 100%. Let's see here. Cameron says, sir, I can't see, sir. I hope you can now. I just moved it. Richard Brown says, coaching course, question mark. Nope, not that. Any other guesses before I reveal what number 8 or the bonus is? Okay, I told you I was going to give you 7, but I'm giving you an 8 because this is the one. This is the one that will drive every single thing. This was the one that will drive your entire life. Okay, so put it in there if you think you know what it is. Coaching is great though. That's a great idea. And yeah, I mean, I've done some coaching. But if you do this one thing, everything else will be easier. Everything else you'll be more willing to do. Everything else you'll be more confident in. If you do this one thing, the bonus, what is the bonus? Cameron says bonus. I got to give it to you. It is, are you ready for this? Somebody got a drum roll out there? You want to give me a drum roll? Here's the bonus. It's not going to be as exciting as you think. Get in shape. You have to exercise. Oh, no, don't tell me that, JR. Yeah, get in shape. You have to exercise. Everybody can do something. Everybody. And you need to do something. It doesn't matter if you weren't a born athlete. It's not about that. It's not about that at all. It's about making your body move, guys. If you don't use it, you lose it. And you've probably heard that in your life. You cannot be successful if you feel sick. You cannot be successful if you feel depressed. You cannot feel successful, and you cannot be successful if you are exhausted. Nothing feels better to me than being tired from actual physical exercise. Nothing feels better. Well, maybe one other thing, but for the most part, nothing feels better than having exercise and being exhausted from it. This is doing something that most people avoid. Most people avoid this because it's painful. It elicits pain, okay? Pain. People try to stay away from pain. You should not try to stay away from pain. If things are painful, those are the things you should do. If you are scared of something, those are the things you should do. But exercise, guys, and I don't mean just one thing. I don't mean just go for a walk every day. Though if you do that, it's going to be more than most people. But I'm telling you, you need to do aerobic exercise. I'm telling you, you need to do strength training. You need to do HIIT training. You need to do a lot of different stuff. And you got to do it on a regular basis. And I'm saying 4 or 5 days a week, you got to do this. Now, you may say, I don't have time for that, JR. You just don't understand what my schedule's like. I can tell you this, that most presidents exercise every day. Most of our U.S. presidents have exercised every day. And I'll tell you something about that. They're busy. Okay, I don't know what your life's like. It's your priorities that are messed up. If you don't have time to take care of your health, your priorities are messed up. You're watching too many TV shows. You're spending too much time playing with the kids. Yes, I said that. You can spend too much time. Okay, they only need a set amount of time. They don't need all your time. You're not their best friend. I see that nowadays where parents are running around kids to all these different practices and music lessons and events and parties and all that. Back off a little bit. Spend some time on yourself. It's okay if you're a parent and you give yourself some time too, because if you're not healthy, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not exercising, you get sick, you're not going to be there for your kids. You have to do this. This is something you have to do. This is not an option in life. Exercise is not an option. My dad is in technology and he asked me, can we make a site on mobile? Well, yeah, all you do is you make your site mobile friendly, okay? That just means it's mobile responsive. You just make your site. It's easy. My life is a lockdown. Oh, no, don't tell me that. And as a matter of fact, as far as exercise goes, there's so many really good gravity, I call them gravity exercises, where you can do, sit-ups, you can do push-ups, you can do leg lifts, you can do squats. You could do that standing wherever you're at. If you've got a 2 or 3 foot square area, you've got an exercise area. I hear so many people say, well, I don't really have a good gym near me, or I don't have the right equipment. I got to get this equipment. You don't need it. If you've got gravity where you live, I don't know if you do or not. If you've got gravity where you live, you can exercise. Gravity provides you exactly what you need to exercise. Go watch David Goggins, which I told you about in the beginning. Most of his exercise is done on the floor. That's it. I know my thing, I love to do push-ups. I don't love to do push-ups. I take that back. I despise doing push-ups. I love the results of push-ups, okay? I love the fact that, at my age, I'm 61 now, that I can go like this and I still have a muscle at 61, okay? I can do that. But then again, anybody can. Anybody can do this stuff, okay? If you get down on the floor and you force yourself, you literally force yourself to do things, you're going to feel better. And when you feel better, you're going to be more motivated. When you're more motivated, you can go through those 7 steps I gave you and you can say, hey, I feel like doing these steps. I feel like doing this, okay? But you won't feel like doing it if you feel sickly and you don't feel good, okay? And here's my saying, right? That saying is so important, isn't it? Isn't it important? Now, if you have any other comments, we're nearing the end now, so feel free to put your comments in that chat section. I'm also aware that some of you will be watching this and it won't be live, okay? It will be something that's recorded. But keep in mind, I come back and I answer questions. So in that comment section, and I've been doing some this week, so send me some questions and comments, guys. I love getting them. I love listening to you guys. I love helping you fix your problems. I love helping you succeed. Put those comments in there. Don't forget to subscribe. You need to hit that little subscribe button. If it's red, that's a warning to you. You need to click it And when you click it, it will turn gray, and then you need to ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live. We are kind of fixing up the house here. And I'd like to give you guys a tour of it when we're done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up my, I guess phone camera is the best way to do that. Let's see here. That's America. And over here, an age of 61 can't walk. I can walk. I can run. Okay. I can do, I think I'm up to about 138 push-ups right now. And what I do is I do those in blocks of 40 seconds. So I do 3 40-second blocks. I do as many as I can in 40 seconds. If there's 3 40-second blocks, I'm 138 right now. But I know, hey, there's people in America that can't do 10 push-ups. A male who can't do 10 push-ups. If you're listening to me and you can't do 10 push-ups, I'm telling you, if you get down on the floor and start doing it every day, you'll be able to. You'll be amazed what it does for your body. You'll be amazed what it does for your mind. You'll be amazed what it does for your energy, okay? I can't wait to get out of bed every day. If you're dreading getting out of bed every day, you're probably out of shape, and you probably don't have something to motivate you. I want to get out of bed every day. I don't want to sleep anymore. I wake up, I'm like, oh yay, I got another day. I got something I can do. If you don't feel that way, you're probably not feeling good. Exercise will help you with depression. It'll help you with ambition. It'll help you with drive. It helps you with so many things. Try it, do it. Guys, I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate all that you do. I appreciate your comments. If you're interested in getting more training, in the description box below, you won't see it until I end this live, but there will be links to some of my courses, some of my other training. Check it out. Check me out on Facebook. Let me know what you think of the beard. I got to get rid of it, right? I keep growing this out. I don't know where James Breen is. James Breen is normally my cheerleader for beards because he has a big long beard. So anyhow, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here. Love each and every one of you. Don't forget, I go live during the week. I'll probably start doing that this week, and I'm live every single Saturday too. Normally during the week, it's about 9 a.m. But what I'll do is I'll post on my channel, so keep checking back at the channel. When you subscribe and turn on notifications, you'll know when I go live because it'll send you a message. Let's see, Richard Brown, great, and many thanks. No problem, buddy. Great to see you guys here. I am out of here. I will talk to you later.